Good day, everyone. This will be the sixth topic for our steel design subject, and this is about the shear strength for structural members. At maiksi lang naman itong topic na to. Ilang slides lang to. Bali, based on our strength of materials, we can compute for the um, shear stress natin using this formula. FB equals V times Q over IV, where yung FB natin is the vertical and horizontal shearing stress at the point of interest, while yung V natin is the vertical shear force at the section under consideration, and we can obtain the value of B using our shear formula or after drawing our shear diagram. Then yung Q natin is called the first moment or area about the neutral axis of the area of the cross-section between the points of interest and the top or bottom of the cross-section. While yung I natin is the moment of inertia about the neutral axis, while yung B is the cross or the width of the cross-section at the point of interest. Bali may assignment tayo na dati dito. Bali tungkol dito sa shear stress formulas natin. Kaya aware na kayo kung paano natin computein yung ating shear stress. But in this figure, the equation from the previous slide is based on the assumption that the stress is constant across the width B and it is therefore accurate only for small values of B. But given that yung ratio ng D to B natin is equal to 2, meron tayong error na 3%. While if ang ratio ng B to D, D to B is 1, error na mag-occur is 12%. While if the ratio is 1/4, the error will be 100%. And for this reason, the equation cannot be applied for wide flange section. At may kita natin that if we will be considering the shear diagram nitong ating wide flange section, mapapansin natin that yung shear stress within the flange section ay napakababa. Hanggang dito lang siya compared dito sa shear stress that is present sa ating web section. At dahil sa malaking pagkakaiba ng ating shear stress at that point, ginawa na lang natin is to get the average web shear stress dun sa ating wide flange section. Kaya ang formula na lang is V over area ng ating web section or D times thickness ng web. The web will be given this figure, realize natin that the web will completely yield long before the flange begin to yield. And shear buckling will occur if H over TW is very large, making the web slender and may fail elastically or inelastically. And to compute or design for the members for shear, it is based on section 507 of NACP 2015. Two methods of calculating shear strength are presented below. The method presented in 507.2 does not utilize the post-buckling strength of the member or the tension field area, the tension field action. The method presented in 507.3 utilize the tension field action. And to compute for the design shear strength, that's just multiplying the nominal shear strength to our factor of safety, phi, which its value is 0.9 which is based on LRFD, and the allowable shear strength or the ASD shear strength is computed by dividing the nominal shear strength by our factor of safety na omega, na ang value niya is 1.67. Well, for all provision in this section except 502.7, ito yung ating gagamitin na factors and resistance factor and factor of safety. Well, for 507.2.1, the nominal shear strength, this section applies to webs of singly and doubly symmetric members and channels subjected to shear in plane of the web. The nominal shear strength V of unstiffened and stiffened webs, according to the limit state of shear yielding in shear buckling, is Vn equals 0.6 Fy times AW times CV. Where yung Fy is si yield stress natin, then AW is the overall depth times the web thickness. Bali siya D times TW. And it is expressed in mm squared. While yung CV natin, meron siyang different cases. Bali CV, magkakaiba siya depende do sa consideration natin. First one is for web of rolled eye shape members with h over 2w less than or equal dapat sa 2.24 square root of e over fy. Kailangan kasi natin makonsider na yung sa unstiffened or stiffened. Kaya may ganitong consideration. Now, width to thickness ratio. At yung pagka nag-satisfy siya dito, pwede natin computein yung Vn niya at yung i-multiply natin na factor of safety is 1.0 or 1.5 depending do sa design philosophy na gagamitin natin. At hindi natin i-utilize itong factors and resistance factors natin na nandito. At ito yung indicated na or kailangan natin gamitin for this case. But for case number 2 to case number 2 and of different sub-cases, ang gagamitin na natin is si 0.9 at 1.67. Bali, for webs of all other doubly symmetric shapes and singly symmetric shapes and channels, except round hollow structural sections, the web shear coefficient CB is determined as follows. Mali, nakadepende pa rin siya sa width to thickness ratio at yung mga CV niya ay nakalista dito. Then after we obtain the value of CV, then proceed tayo dito sa pag-compute ng VN natin. Then we have the provision for the web stiffeners. Kindly just read this one. At ito yung illustration that can simplify our computation for the stress, shear stress natin. Bali, nakadepende kasi yung ating shear stress sa ating width to thickness ratio. At if yung width to thickness ratio natin is less than 1.1 square root of kV E over Fy, yung ating shear stress is just 0.6 Fy times AW since lalabas kasi na yung CV natin is 1.0. But if yung H over 2W natin is between 1.10 and 1.37 multiplied sa square root ng kV E over Fy, ito yung magiging formula natin. 0.6 Fy times AW times its value of CV. Ayan, indicated here. But if it's beyond 1.37 but less than 260, the value of our shear stress is 0.6 Fy times AV multiplied by the value of its CV, which is 1.51 E kV over H over 2W squared times Fy. Bali, mas maganda na masauli natin ito para hindi na natin sauluhin yung longhand. Ito yung marami pang kwento-kwento na formula or yung codes natin. Then there are other topics for share, which is the 507.3, which is share considering the tension field area, then single angle, rectangular, and box hollow structural members, round hollow structural members, sections rather, weak axis shear in doubly and singly symmetric shapes, and beam and girders with web opening. Mali, if you want to study this one, pwedeng aralin nyo na lang ano. But we will not cover this topic anymore. But in this end our discussion for our shear, which is the sixth topic. For the computations, we will do that sa face-to-face session natin. Thank you for watching.
Good day everyone. In this video, we will have our shear design for shear members. And for our example problem number 1, we are required to determine the available shear strength and adequacy of ASTM A992 steel with Fy na 345 MPa with designation na W600 by 93 with end shears of 200 kN from dead load and 630 kN from live load. Given the area and other properties ng ating section, let's solve for its available strength. And to solve for this, we will be using our section 507 of NSCP, or the design for shear members for shear. And we have two methods in computing for the shear forces natin or shear strength, but we'll just mainly focus sa section 507.2 or yung method natin which that does not utilize the post-buckling strength of member or the tension field action. And to compute for the available strength, we'll just apply the LRFD factors and the ASD factors natin, which is 0.90 for LRFD and 1.67 for ASD. But if we will use section 502.7.2.1 case 1, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin itong ating load reduction factor na ito since it has its own factor. And the formula that we'll be using to determine our shear force is simply Vn equals 0.6 Fy times Aw times CV. And CV is computing depending on the cases, while yung AW is equal to D times TW. Itong formula natin na to, dahil nga sa reason that for a section like this, pati sa channel, yung ating shear stress ay magiging ganitong itsura at hindi man uniform. Kaya we'll just take its average shear stress, which will be computing based on the average area na D times TW. And let's solve for this problem. The first thing that we're going to do is to check kung alin case under 507.2.1 yung gagamitin natin. And for case number 1, that's applicable if we have rolled I-shaped section. Then case number 2 is used for webs of all other doubly symmetric shapes and singly symmetric shapes and channel except for round hollow structural section. And from the problem, it was stated that we're going to use a W or wide flange section which will fall on case number 1 of our nominal shear strength. Since we have case number 1, we must check H over TW compared sa 2.24 of E over Fy. At ang H over TW natin is the width to thickness ratio. Yung H natin will be computed using D minus 2TF over TW. And that's D natin is 602 minus twice the thickness of flange na 15 divided by 11 at mau-compute natin si H over TW as 52. Then, compute natin itong limit natin na 2.24 square root of E over Fy, and that's just 53.93. Comparing these two quantities, we could say that H over TW is less than 2.24 square root of E over Fy. So, valid itong ating case number 1. At ang ating reduction factor is for shear is 1.0, while yung ating omega is 1.50 at yung CV is 1.0. Now we can compute for our Vn or na nominal shear strength, and that's 0.6. Fy was given as 345 times AW. Ang AW pala natin hindi pa nako-compute, but AW is just D, which is 602 times thickness TW na 11, and that's 6622. 6622 multiplied by our CV na 1.0 at mo-compute natin yung ating shear strength as 1370.75 kilonewton. Bali, divide natin siya by 10 raised to 3 since yung mo-compute kasi natin using this one is Newton. And to have a kilonewton, divide by 10 raised to 3 nga, and our answer is 1,370.75. And ang limit state pala na nangyari is si yielding. Si shear yielding. Considering na nasatisfy itong ating situation na ito. And now, we have Vn. Let's compute for our Vu max or direct available strength of our shear member. Bali, the available strength of our shear member is computed as phi B times Vn. At ang phi nga natin is 1.0 times 137.75, or simply that's equals sa 137.0.75 kilonewton. But kailangan kasi natin malaman kung adequate itong ating shear strength na to. Kaya dapat ma-compare natin yung ating available strength sa required strength. Ang required strength natin na Vu ay dapat ay less than or equal sa Vu max. And Vu max and Vu can be computed using our load combination or itong ating factored shear. Ang factored shear natin is 1.2 times V plus 1.6 of BL or sa live load natin. And that's 1.2. Ang VD natin is 200 plus 1.6 of 630. So, ang ating VU or the required strength natin is 1248 kilonewton. Comparing sa ating available strength, VU is equal to 1,248, which is less than sa VU max natin na equal sa 1370.75. Therefore, adequate yung ating shear member to support our required strength na 1,248. Then, let's have naman using ASD Yung ating available strength is just Vn divided by omega V. Ito si VA max natin. And that's 1370.75 divided by 1.5 equals siya sa 913.8 kilonewton. Then, compute natin si VA. That's just VD plus VL, which is 200 plus 630 equals sa 830. And comparing VA with our VA max, masasabi natin na less than si VA compared kay VA max, therefore adequate din yung ating shear member using AST. Bali, that's it for our shear member na problem number 1. Thank you for watching. Good day everyone. We will have our example problem number 2 for design of members for shear. We are required to determine the available strength of ASTM A36C380 by 60 channel without traverse web stiffeners. Given is the dimension of our channel section. And for this problem, we will use case number 2 of section 507.2.1 since yung ating given shape is channel. Bali, papasok siya dito for web of all other doubly symmetric shapes and singly symmetric shapes and channels except hollow structural section na rounded. And for this one, let's take a look dito sa ating diagram na to. Napakita dito that for width to thickness ratio less than 1.10 square root of KVE over Fy, yung ating shear strength ay equal sa 0.6 Fy AW. Meaning to say, yung ating CW ay equal sa 1.0 dito sa portion na to. At yung failure within this region ay natawag natin as shear yielding. Bali, shear yielding. Then, if yung H over TW is in between 1.0 square root of KVE over Fy at 1.37 KVE square root of KVE over Fy, ang magiging shear strength natin is computed using 0.6 Fy AW times CV na may value na 1.10 square root of KVE over Fy divided by H over TW. At ang ating failure dito ay natawag natin na inelastic shear buckling. Then, if ang H over TW is greater than 1.37 square root of KVE over Fy but less than 260, yung maximum width to thickness ratio natin for shear members, ang ating shear strength will be computed using this formula, 0.6 Fy AW with CB equals 1.51 EKV over H over TW squared times Fy, which is summarized or translated dito sa code natin as specified sa section 507.2.1 case number 2. And now let's solve our problem. And the first thing that we're going to do is to identify yung ating H over TW, which will help us to determine ano yung ating CV. And ang H over TW natin is the width to thickness ratio where H is computed as D minus 2 times TF. Then, divide natin siya by TW. At ang D natin is 381 minus 2 times TF na 16.5 divided by TW. na 13.2. So, ang ating H over TW is 26.36. At kailangan natin siyang i-compare sa 1.0 kV, square root of kVe over Fy, but hindi pa natin alam kung ano yung value ng kV. And to determine our kV, we will refer based on this code. Bali, the web plate buckling coefficient kV is determined as follows. For unstiffened webs with H over TW less than sa 260, ang kV natin ay equal sa 0.5. But for stem of T-shape, yung kanyang kV is automatically equal sa 1.2. At kapag ka-stiffened naman yung web, makukompute natin yung kV using 5 plus 5 over A over H squared. And for this one, we will consider an stiffened web. Dahil sabi sa problem, yung web natin ay walang traverse web stiffener. So, yung web natin ay unstiffened. Paliwag kayong malilito dun sa types ng web natin, dun sa last discussion natin sa compression member, that itong channel section natin ay unstiffened, ay stiffened dahil sa points na to. Pero ang na-consider natin dito na unstiffened webs ay kung meron ba siyang traverse web stiffeners or wala. At sabi sa problem ay wala namang traverse web stiffeners, so yung kV natin ay equal sa 5. And knowing the value of our kV, we can now compute for our limiting H over TW. So 1.10 of kV E over Fy, that's 1.10 of 5 times 200,000 divided by Fy na 248. 248 dahil yung ating still is A36, ang Fy niya is 248. At ang compute natin na 1.0 of square root of E over Fy is 69.85. And now compare natin si H over TW, less than siya sa 69.85. Therefore, dito siya mag-fall sa ating shear yielding na condition. If we have a shear yielding condition, dito yung ating CB ay equal sa 1.0. And if ang CV natin is 1.0, yung ating shear strength ay magiging 0.6 Fy AW lamang. But hindi pa natin na-compute si AW. And to compute AW, that's just the product of D times TW. At ang D natin is 381 at ang TW is 13.2. So ang AW is equal sa 5,029.2 mm squared. So ultimately, yung ating V, 0.6 times 248 times 5,029.2 ay makukompute natin is as 748,345 Newton or equal sa 748.345 kilonewton. And this is our nominal shear strength. And to define or to compute for our available strength, ang agamitin natin na resistance factor is 0.90 using LRFD and the factor of safety using ASD is 1.67. So LRFD, ating VU max ay equal sa V times Vn max, which is equal sa 0.9 times 748.345, and that's 673.5 kilonewton. Then using ASD, VA max equals sa Vn max, divided by omega, or 748.345 divided by 1.67 equals siya sa 448.1 kilonewton meter. And that's our design strength using LRFD and ASD for our shear member na channel section. Thank you for watching. Good day everyone. We will have our example problem number 3 for the design of members for shear. We are required to determine the available strength of ASTM A36 single angle with long leg vertical. A36 is still siya, so we have Fy na 248 MPa and Fu na 400 MPa. At ang thickness ng leg is 8 mm at yung length ng long leg is 127 mm, and AW or the area ng web will be computed by multiplying H and T. Based on section 507.4 of NSCP single angles under shear, yung nominal shear strength Vn of single angle leg shall be determined using the equation of 507.2.2 of our NSCP. Bali, 0.2 yun ano. CW ay equal sa 1.0 at ang AW niya is equal sa B times T, where B is the width of the leg resisting the shear force. At ang KW will be equal sa 1.2. And with this, let's start solving. AW is H over T, and that's 127 times thickness na 8. And makukompute natin yung AW as 1,016 mm squared. Then, proceed tayo sa section 507.2, where yung 0.2, that's hanapin natin kung anong case siya mapasok. So, let's solve for H over T. That's 127 divided by 8, or simply equals sa 15.875. Then, compare natin siya by 120 para ma-define natin na yung KV niya is equal sa 1.0. And that's less than naman sa 120. So, we have our KV equal nga sa 1.0. 1.2 rather. Since KV is equal sa 1.2, let's compute yung ating 1.1 square root of KV E over Fy. And that's equal sa 34.22. Since H over TW is less than sa 1.1 of KVE over Fy, square root of KVE over Fy, yung ating CB ay equal sa 1.0. And since na-define na natin si AW and CV, let's compute for Bn using the formula 0.6 ng Fy AWCV, which is from equation 50, ito, from this equation. Tama pala na point, dash 1. So that's 0.6 times Fy na 248 times AW na 1016. Times CW na 1.0, so we will compute our Vn as 151.18 kilonewton. Then to compute for the available strength using LRFD and ASD, let's just multiply our Vn sa 0.9 or divide by 1.67 naman pag ASD. And Vu max equals phi times Vn. So that's 0.9 times 151.18, or simply that's 136 kilonewton. Then Ba max ay Vn divided by omega, or 15118 divided by 1.67 or 90.5 kilonewton. And this is our answer for our available strength using LRFD and ASD for our single angle member. Thank you for watching.